We wanted to do something different.
I want a story that moves people.
The idea of finishing this script seemed nearly impossible after like the
The
second.
story is not relevant if you can't like, relate to
We
it.
realized how difficult
In any love,
we
there will
just
always
wrote
be hardships.
The wildest story we could think
The wife of a soldier.
Really just wanted to get this done.
I'm just a poor wife. I have no family.
So we wrote.
We wrote a lot.
We sure did, Oliver. We should probably.
Okay, I'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Thank you.
I'll start yapping.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Okay, tell you what the script is about. It's a screenplay. It's called Wife. It's about a wife, and kind of at its basics, it's like it's sort of part of it's like what it means to be a wife, and so the story is this young woman in the late 40s, not in her late 40s, in the late 1940s, and she married someone straight out of high school, and then he went off to fight in World War II when he was of age, and then when
It
he
kind of
came
takes
back,
place after he comes back.
yeah, the story really kicks off when he comes back, and it's showing
Her side more.
Yeah.
It's not a story about a soldier. It's a story about the effects of a soldier.
the wife of a soldier.
The wife of a soldier.
Yeah.
So at its heart, Wife is a story about finding true happiness, I think, and finding a way to be content with your life as a whole, even if you still find little issues in it.
I think it's also that, and it's also a story about like almost growing up, even though they are adults, they're still very young adults, and it kind of, the whole thing revolves around decisions they made in high school, right? Like I feel like a lot of people now, but also especially then, would make life-altering decisions when they're like 16, 17 years old.
And that's that's crazy.
This is them now dealing with not maybe like the consequences, but the outcomes
It's kind
of their actions.
It's kind of speaking as in like a butterfly effect. Like one little action that they've done has caused so much different things to happen to them in their life, and it's kind of a way of persevering through that and seeing the light even in the darkness.
So how we got our idea, we started with Nevada. I said I wanted to do a historical piece, and then Nevada said that she wants to do something telling about the woman that stayed home during the Second World War.
Yeah.
And that was the original premise for ideas. Our main character was a woman during the war.
Yeah. And the whole climax of our first script is such like a it's kind of like a little part in the script now. Like
exactly.
It shows how much it's like developed, and we still ended up keeping those core ideas of what we wanted. We wanted to focus on the wife. We wanted to focus on Victoria. We wanted to showcase all these different sides, but we had to fully flesh out Harrison's character as well.
Yeah.
While still keeping Victoria's character like interesting.
I think what happened is we had a short idea for a story.
Yeah.
We had a very concise story, and what happened is as we wrote that, the characters kept like naturally developing, you know? Because if you write characters, they're gonna keep becoming more and more like real people, and the more and more they became real people, the more we were like, we can't tell this story in such a short amount of time. So that's why it got so much bigger and so much more
Than we could have ever imagined.
It just grew as a story, you know? And I think that's kind of the biggest process that happened there.
Yeah, exactly.
Victoria, our protagonist, I think to describe her, she's very determined, and I think one thing is that she struggles with what she wants in life. She just struggles with what she wants in life, I think, and what she feels she wants in life. She keeps being told by everyone that that's not
It's not
what
something that she can achieve.
that's not life, and that's,
Yeah.
either that's not something she can achieve or that she should achieve.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that's a big part of her struggle as a character.
Mhm.
But we see her like fight through that, and we see her being like resourceful and like smart, and we see her try to almost like challenge that, and I think that's a big part of her character.
Mhm. And then Harrison, her husband, is the soldier that fought in the war. He came back. Back in his earlier years, we see at the beginning, he was super, super kind. He was gentle, and we see throughout the entire script and through the entire story how much his character changed because of the war and all the losses and all like the PTSD that he had gone through. Like, it changed him entirely. Like, this is not the person that Victoria like fell in love with back in high school.
I think one more thing about Harrison is he is also, like Victoria, a very, very stubborn person.
Yeah.
And I think he's at heart very kind and very respectful, but he's also, when he has something that he wants, he doesn't really realize the fact that doesn't mean he gets it immediately. And I think that's another big part of Harrison's character.
Yeah.
So after about 2 or 3 months of writing in this room, just rewriting and rewriting, we brought it to the class. And it was exciting. It was what we've been looking forward to. It's kind of what has been motivating us.
Yeah,
especially the last stretch.
It shaped our schedule. It shaped like our calendar. It shaped like
Gave us a
everything.
deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was really exciting. We've been talking to Floresman especially, and we've been talking to all our friends outside of the room about it as well, like for so long. And now it's done. And these people that have no clue what we've been doing for the past 2 months.
They were just like, oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah.
They're trapped in this little room, separated from everyone, and they got to hear what we've been doing.
Yeah, and it was really interesting, and it was really nice seeing all the raw reactions of the people that didn't know, and like with the big twists.
Yeah.
And how like everyone, like there's people like gasping.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see that, and I think it was a good experience in that way.
Mm-hmm.